back to the fence, and that's gone.
There it is. Ace to win the set. It's caught. 20-10 touchdown.
This is going to be in the gap.
Yes! Goal! Go to the deflection. The Denver Huskies win their first state championship.
Well, a good evening and a welcome from Memorial Field here in Osseo High School. I'm Joe Rulin along with Jim Giles, and tonight we have an exciting section championship matchup as Mounds, who defeated Champlin Park Rebels, the #1 seed earlier in these playoffs by score 2-1. Jim, get a chance to even it up here tonight.
Yeah, and as we look at the keys in the games for Champlin Park, you know, these sectional games, they played a 2-1 quarter for a semifinal game. Come into this, and you know that they have to make the plays defensively. They can't allow extra base runners or extra bases with that. And then, you know, when they're on offense, you know, they want to make sure that they take extra bases when they possible. And Joe, you had mentioned earlier, very good with 2 outs hits during the regular season. Really need to make sure that they come through today. So as we take a look at the lineups.
Get a look here, and as they square up here, and on the mound will be Simon. But we'll get a look at the batting orders here at Justin Brooks leading off at third base. Nick Carlson at left field batting second. Oleg Mueller at first base batting third, followed by Rocco. He is pitching tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing him throw. Zahalka is catching, followed by Schornstein, Loven, along with Oxborough and Tharlson at shortstop at #9. So we're ready to get it going, Jim, here as Brooks has had an explosive start. There's a look at the defensive set. We'll review that again here in just a moment, but we're going to make the way here for Brooks leading off at third base. He's been an explosive hitter all season for the Rebels. Dead red fastball comes the way of Simon.
Yeah, nice start for Simon, and as you mentioned, they've got Justin Brooks up here, the third baseman. A chance to get a rip early.
Same song, that time different verse, strike, but this one on the outside part of the plate. And Simon ahead in the count, 0-2. Misses just off the plate the time. Mounds View, again, a squad that defeated Champlin Park 2-1 earlier in the playoffs. Champlin Park comes in with a record of 18-5 in Mounds View with a mark of 14-9. Trying to hit those corners is Simon, and he's even the count now at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swung on, candy hop there. The third play deep on the short hop in time for the first out, going down 5-3 on the throw out there by Mounds View.
Yes, Hayden Spurbeck with a nice lazy hop to be able to get it. #1 throws it over to Tyler Guerin. Guerin, a 6'7" first baseman, big target over at first base, and his brother made some noise this last weekend for Iowa with a home run in the regionals.
Of course you know about Iowa. Fastball, this one comes in tight on the hands on Carlson, Nick Carlson. Carlson having himself a good year at the plate as well. Breaking pitch, they said missed up high. Get a look here at pitcher Simon. And Jim, what can you tell us about Simon as he throws this one in the dirt?
Simon comes in leading the team in innings, 48.1 innings. This is 8 starts. He's 5-1. He's struck out 43 and only walked 13. So solid strike to walk ratio. He's going to throw strikes.
Dials in the fastball there at the knees. Even up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're located right behind the plate here at Memorial Field in Osseo. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one off the plate.
But I tell you, we'll be able to tell you if it's a good or bad call from the home plate umpire. We can't get much closer, and he's been spot on so far.
Looking in, up high, bouncer to third. This is caught on the big hop in time. Third to first again for the 2nd consecutive hitter, and Carlson goes down for the 2nd out. He's getting him to swing at that breaking pitch and inducing those ground balls to third, at least for the first 2 hitters. Oeglemüller starts it off here in the third, first baseman, the number 3 hitter for the Rebels. This one misses off the plate.
Oeglemüller comes in with a .283 average, OPS of .810, so solid with that.
A little
17
hook,
hits.
You got it. A little hook bender at the knees that time, called for a strike. This one fouled out of play. Off on the third base side, so ahead in the count now is Simon. 1 ball, 2 strikes. What a gorgeous night, Jim, for baseball in the section championship.
Yeah, it's been real nice. He gets hit, and is he not going to? Yeah, he should take first base. He should. Even though it bounces, if he still hits and he gets to first base on that one, that was a spiked fastball that came in, and see right there. Actually, it's curveball, and it came up and hit Oeglemüller in the back end.
Well, stepping up is Andrew Rocco, I think, as well, a power hitter. Takes a grip and rips and drives this one to center field. He could hardly wait to get the bat head out on this one. He's trying to also avenge. He was a starting pitcher the last time these 2 teams met in the section playoffs here earlier last week. An impressive outing. Go ahead.
Rocco's the kind of guy that just can wake up in the morning, grab a bat, and hit. He's that good up there. He just is got a good presence on him, and he can just rip the ball. One of the reasons why I believe he's on the way to Creighton.
That he is, and also a member of the Play Ball Minnesota All-Star, as they get a runner in there for Rocco as well, since he'll be pitching. And they'll set here. Now, Zach Zahalka gets a look, and you're always kind of looking, Jim, for kind of tendencies. What's he starting out with each pitch? He tried to hit the outside part of the plate, but just off on a ball 1 to Zahalka. Outfield played straight away. This one's did dot the corner. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Zahalka comes in with a nice .286 average. 20 hits on the season. 3 for extra bases. Joe, you got it?
I had it. Off-speed pitch. Again, he's going to that curveball and induced a lot of ground balls. Well, 2 here in the first. But that time, swinging over the top and bouncing it straight back at my melon was Zahalka. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Swung on and missed that time. A well-located off-speed pitch. Swung on and missed, first strikeout of the evening here for Simon, and the Rebels are retired. Top half of the first, they left 2 on.
Yeah, good start. Really a nice start for the Rebels. Just to get 2 on, break the ice. You know that you can get on against Simon. And as we start, we'll get a chance to look at some lineups for the
Moundsview. The
Mustang.
You got it. There's a look at Parker Holmboom.
Yeah, leading off is Hombo. Drew Rogers, the catcher's batting second. Really one of the best players in the state. He's committed to Georgia Tech. Tyler Guerin, the first baseman, tall first baseman. Hayden Spearbeck is batting cleanup. Tanner Heyman, followed by Chris Then. Ryan Coulihan, the left fielder, is batting seventh. Batting eighth is Johnny Connell, the shortstop. And the DH is number 26, Jack Clancy.
Meanwhile, taking a look at the defensive set, the Rebels in center field, Schornstein, and followed by Carlson in left. Kaluza is in right field, and then you have Brooks at third. He'd be going, I believe, to St. John's to extend his college career in baseball. And then Tharlson at shortstop, followed by Oxborough. Oleg Mueller at first. Zahalka behind the dish. And on the mound, towing the rubber. I've seen a lot of the Champlin Park games. I have yet to see Rocco pitch this season, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, he comes in, he's got 32 2/3 innings under his belt. What a great ERA of .64, 47 strikeouts. He's allowed only 16 hits and 14 walks in those 32 innings. So this lefty, tough to hit.
Fastball down the middle, foul down the right field line, out of play. We'll have ourselves an 0-1 count on Hombo. As I mentioned, the squad for Mounds View, 14-9 coming into tonight. I had them for a team batting average of .361 with limited statistical insight prior. Good fastball here. Didn't hit the strike zone, but I like where it was located.
Absolutely. This just in from the home office in Osseo. Their batting average is .294 with as of coming into today. Really nice curve. Backdoor curveball came right in on that backside.
You know, Erickson and I have an arrangement that he doesn't correct me on air, but he just does it anyway. Fastball misses up and away, but hey, I want the accuracies. They'll do 94. It is.
Well, it was something, like I said, just in from the home office in Osseo.
2-2, leadoff hitter. This one hit down the right field line, coming in to make the play. Nice job. Kaluza cruised his way and clipped the right track. First out, fly ball, and I'd like to watch what the pitchers are going to be doing on that two-strike pitch, what they like to hit up at both these pitchers. But Rocco, I've seen last year, but not this year. I'm curious to see what his approach as a pitcher is this season, if he likes to mix it up.
Well, we only saw one curveball, and that was on the 1-1 pitch. Starts him off with the curveball, another backdoor, just trying to knock that outside edge away from Drew Rogers. Drew Rogers, impressive. He's a captain, and he's a junior. Yeah.
Impressive commitment already, college-wise.
Unknown if he's going to go or not. He may do something maybe professional. Not trying to speculate at all, but.
Misses down low. Quickly ahead of this count. Rogers at 3-0, and you can tell he wants to be careful in terms of what he's throwing to Rogers and when. There's Rocco. 18-5 are the Rebels. Ground ball off speed down in front. Couple of hops to second in time for the out.
Really important out on that one. Great job. Rogers came in with a batting average of .426, 29 hits, 13 of them extra base hits. And now Tyler Guerin comes up. I'll be a stat guy again. He's batting .414. Another large one. He's got one home run so far, 9 extra base hits, including 2 triples.
2 up, 2 down so far. That's exactly how the Rebels started. But next guy up was hit by pitch for the Rebels, and this time a great-looking breaking pitch to start off this at-bat against Guerin.
See, I really would have liked to seen Rocco throw one right up around the letters and see if he could, you know, make a little message on this next pitch being a curveball.
Lefty on lefty. This one's in tight, and he opened up the shoulder to Guerin that time and swung on and missed.
Fastball inside. This is the one spot I'd really like to see a fastball on the inside part, even high.
Dribbler here, and you like to see if he can lock him up inside with something, but that time he came back breaking pitch. Gambling man here. I'm thinking a high heater, see if he can get the chase.
Going outside again.
Another off speed.
Garen's starting to time up that curveball, and I think it's important right now that you buzz, I don't want to say buzz the tower, but put one up around the shoulders with a fastball. There you go.
That's the pitch I thought he was going to give us last time, but he came back with it here now. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2s are wild. No score here, bottom of the first. This is Section 5A. Section championship. This one lifted to center. Little trouble on the play. It's dripping all the way back, and it's off the base of the fence. All the way to second base for that double and a misplay. It looked though at center field there for the Rebels. Schornstein, not sure if he saw it off the bat or maybe my bald head was a reflection and he couldn't pick it up.
Well, I tell you what, he was drifting, and it looked like it was going off the bat, the end of the bat, and you just need to, run to that spot. Don't drift. And that you can see that there is carry today here. Wind is not a factor. Flag is going straight down, but maybe there's some upper level winds.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that. I think it hit the base of the fence. We'll have to get a signal from our center fielder camera person. This one hit down to third, securing, long throw in the dirt. No, run's gonna score. This is an error. Trying to dig it out at first, and now the runner's advancing all the way to third. This could be a tight play. It will not be, because a throw will not be made on the air. It's a 1-0 lead for Moundsview.
Well, plenty of time for Brooks to be able to make that throw. He caught that and looked like he was in a good position. Legs were under him, threw it over. You look for that right fielder to be backing up over there a little bit earlier.
This one's tagged, hit hard to left, going back, a one hop to the fence. Another run in here for the Mustangs on a solid double that was just crunched that time by the Mustangs.
That was a laser. That came right off the bat by Heyman, and made no mistake, another RBI and another run scored.
The right fielder, number 9, Chris.
Well, a 2-0 rally. We talked in the pregame. It was going to be key for the Rebels to get some clutch hits with 2 out here in the postseason. But instead, Moundsview has put on a hitting display here with 2 outs. And error contributed to that first run that allowed Guerin to score after he hit the double to center on the ball that looked like it was misplayed in center field. And the Mustangs made the Rebels pay for those mistakes. And then coming right back up, Heyman, who lit this one up. He smoked that one to left field, a one-hopper.
Yeah, we talked about making those defensive plays. If you get, you're not only are you, putting runs on the board for Moundsview, you're also, Rocco's throwing more, he's wasting more bullets and throwing more pitches. Joe, your hamburger is wet ready.
Yes, it is.
Number 32.
I called ahead for it, too.
Yep, good.
Hey, it's a good component, but we should talk about that, too, Jim, about the pitch count after this first delivery. And, that's oftentimes questions I get on, hey, what is that pitch count? What is the difference between sections and regular season? First pitch, a strike, nice one down low.
Yeah, you get 10 extra pitches, you go up to 115. So 105 during the season for varsity, 85 for the lower levels.
Curveball here, hit to second. This is a 3-hopper Quick throw in time. We'll come back and continue that discussion on pitch count. But finally, the Rebels retire the Mustangs, but not before they pick up 2 runs with 2 outs, and they have a 2-0 lead after 1 complete here in the Section 5A Section Championship. First pitch missed on. Ball outside. You got to look at some of the fans. A lot of people here from around the area. You see some of the younger Mounds Mustang players here. They came in as the number 2 seed into section play and upended Champlin. And 2 out here. This one's a base hit to the gap. It's going to drop. Inside out swing. Almost on that bounce. Gets by left field. But swung on, and a nice base hit of the night here for the Rebels. Well, the second, as Rocco had the first.
Yeah, nice hit, nice inside out swing. Able to push it over the shortstop.
Schornstein that time, and now Loven steps in.
Jack Loven, he's that last name is familiar.
Ground ball could be 2 to short, over to first in time. Double play. A roll tide double play. It's flipped 6-4 to 3 in time to get Loven, and just as quickly he was introduced on the starting in the batter's box, he is back on the bench after that double play.
Yeah, well, Heyman looked like he had a little trouble getting out of his glove. A couple of double clutches, able to still get Loven.
Oxborough takes no time. 1 swing, 1 hit to center field, and that was a fast inning. Total of, I believe, 5 pitches, and the Rebels are retired top half of the second. So,
yeah. So
we talked a little bit about the pitch count in that scenario. Let's expand on that a little bit.
Yeah. Let's first take a look at the brackets, and then we'll kind of see how each got here.
Sorry about that. So taking a look here first.
Okay. Well, let's talk about pitch counts.
This just in.
From the home office. Champlin Park came in, with the number 1 seed. They were able to get past Irondale easily, and Osseo, and then lost to Mounds View, and then fell down to the losers, the elimination bracket. I can't say losers anymore. And we're able to take out Spring Lake Park in the elimination championship to get here. Mounds View has had a clean slate, 3 wins, and a 2-0 lead coming in here. So, Joe, you were talking about pitch count. Pitch count is how pitchers can go, how long they can go, and the amount of pitches they throw will equal how many days off they have to have before they can go back on the mound. So, up to 25 pitches, and you can pitch the next day. And up to 50, and you can pitch with 1 day's rest, which both teams have full staffs available, and that one popped up.
Cunahan in between second, floating into right, called off at the last minute, and Calusa takes charge in the outfield as he should, comes in and makes the play for the first out. Cunahan retired there for the Mustangs. Thanks, Jim. I know there's been a lot of variance. I actually went to Forest Lake and watched a bit of the Andover game. Of course, I got there to miss that comeback they had to beat Forest Lake, and then saw the loss to Centennial, but they were also trying to get through some pitching dilemmas there in terms of how many pitches they could throw with what was left and that component. So.
Yeah. Well, on Saturday they had 13 innings. That's ooh.
Conlon takes one in the back and is awarded first base. First base runner here in the second inning for this Moundsview squad. Moundsville seems like they bring the Mustangs some extra juice when it comes to postseason anyway.
Yeah, they have. You know, they were in the state tournament in 2019, and 2021 actually as well. They've been in every sectional final since 2016 for Section 5, 4A. They've got a great tradition there. Both of these schools have unbelievable traditions.
And I know you had a chance to speak with the head coach as Glancy looks for the bunt, pulls back, but it's called a strike.
Yeah, Coach Nick Anderson, very high on his squad. See right here, pull nice. This is the execution. Whoever can execute this kind of play goes farther in these tournaments, and we'll see if Glancy, the DH, can get this down. And
nice drag bunt here, gets it. It'll be a forced play to first in time by Rocco as he underhands it. The first, and nice execution. Well played on that bunt. Squared it up, got that bat head level.
Well, Rocco is
The center fielder, Parker.
is clocked in the high 80s, and to be able to put a bunt down like that is outstanding, especially from your 9-hitter. That's good fundamentals.
And hey, playoff ball, postseason, so much different sometimes in regular season. Yeah. And I know for first off, congratulations to Anoka and the Tornadoes for making their way to the state championship. I'm very happy for them. That's a team also that does a lot of bunting.
Yeah, that's a Blanchett has got a good, solid squad there that knows the fundamentals.
Breaking pitch there. I like that breaking pitch though, because it was started on the outside part of the plate and it ended up down around the feet. So if he swings at it, it's just going to be a ground ball. Fastball left up. This is a gap. Nope, it's in right field and in the glove of Kaluza. Kaluza picks up 2 of the 3 outs in right field for the Rebels, and retired are the Mustangs after 2 complete, a 2-0 lead for Moundsview over Champlin Park.
Hi. Can I get the now bar, please?
No problem. $1.
Have a good one.
Got it.
Hi, can I get a now bar, please?
$1.
Thanks.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Hey, let me get a now bar.
Sure.
$1.
Appreciate you.
You got it.
How's it going? Can I get a now bar?
Hey, stop right there! Get down on the ground! Out of your car, right? Get down! Move over your head! Now!
Back, Rebels, as we start the third, top of the third, they trail 2-0. But first off, we've got to get you this, well, call and a base hit. They may call that an error, but it was a torched 1-pitch, 1-hop burner that gets by the third baseman. And a chance here for the Rebels as they lead off this inning. And here's a need to know, because tonight is what, June 7th?
It is June 7th.
It is June 7th, right? Last time that the Rebels have defeated Moundsview was on this date, June 7th, 2017. That pitch a strike. Getting his first look as well here tonight as they've set it up. But their first was a 2-1 win over Mounds View. Quick throw down to first. A lot of activity. Gotta love it. And
True Rogers just threw a laser.
It did. And so 2-1 win. In that 2-1 win, by the way, at CHS Field, it allowed the Rebels to get to a state tournament bid, and also that's just foul. The winning pitcher, by the way, was Cole Albers in that game, and have Carlson getting the final game walk-off RBI. But again, the ironic of that is June 7th. It's Wednesday. It's June 7th again tonight, and that's the last time they defeated Mounds View, and that's why Mounds View gets so tough. There's a high fastball hit down the right field line, so ahead of the account now is Mustangs at 1-2. You were going to add more, Jim?
Well, it's they went into their first quarterfinal in 2017 against Woodbury, and some unbelievable talented players were playing in that. Taking the win for Woodbury, and it was a 4-1 win, was Max Meyer, of the Miami Marlins.
Ground ball here off the top of the glove. A tough top half of the third here for the Mustangs third baseman. That one was a two-hopper. It came off just the tip of his glove, so had the glove in the right spot, but an unexpected nudge, and so the first hit of the inning also gets by third as well. Now runners at first and second here for the Rebels. We should also make a point, hey, Rebels win this game, they'll be playing the second here tonight.
Yeah, you're right. Let's see if Nick Carlson has a bunt on. Both corners are up a little bit.
Carlson went 5-3 on the out, his first appearance. You got to think they want to get a bunt down here, and they execute it. Good spot, good location, lunging, picking it up, making the play there. All the Mustangs, the runners advance to second and third with one out.
Well, you've got Ogelmiller and Rocco with one out coming up. What a good execution on a bunt by Nick Carlson. Those are the little things that can score runs.
Here we go. I'll look here to see. Oleg Mueller hits this one to deep center. Going back, making the play on the warning track for the out sacrifice fly. Runner comes in and advances. The runner goes from second to third for the Rebels. And Tharlson, who led off this inning with a nice single, crosses the plate for the first run of the game for the Rebels, and they cut that deficit in half, Jim, now to just a 2-1 deficit.
The cliched help yourself out right now is up for Rocco. He starts him out. He ripped the fastball right up the middle, and Simon starts him off with a curveball here in the second at bat.
Off the handle, came in on a breaking pitch, nubs it. The first. Rebels are retired with a runner left on third base, but one run does cross. Could have had more, but Rocco pounced on that breaking pitch and caught it in on the hands, and will pop out the first. And the Rebels are retired, top half of the third. So you were talking more about the history.
Yeah,
of the Rebels.
in that state tournament game against Woodbury, there was Max Meyer, who was the number 3 pick in I believe it was the 2020 draft. He was pitching against Max Loven, who just set a record for NDSU for the most starts in most starts of any starting pitcher for the Bison. It also had Adam Mauser, M-A-Z-U-R, who was picked in the second round last year by the Padres after a career down in Iowa, and also had Ronald Sweeney in there. You mentioned Cole Alberts. Cole Alberts played at Creighton, and it's just unbelievable talent when you start thinking about how Rocket wanted to hit me. I don't know on that, but you think just the unbelievable talent level of Minnesota baseball when you're talking in one game, they had 2 first and second round picks.
I remember watching that game and calling it with you at CHS, and just that amazing breaking pitch of Max Myers. Of course, taken by Miami.
And he threw 95. I mean,
Yes.
a 17, 18-year-old throwing 95, and he's got a breaking ball. It's really tough. Zach Lovin had 2 hits that game, and Zach could have played Division I college baseball, or at least probably been a starter in Division II.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there was a run there for the Rebels. First it was Blaine, who had a couple of good years, and they had chances to compete for that state championship. And then the Rebels went over from 5A and also put some great teams together. And now
Corey Davis was a coach back then. Now he's coaching the 9th grade level. Great coach. And Ryan Tome has not missed a beat. He's his 4th year has been a solid run.
it was a 15-5 loss for the Rebels in that first matchup this year. Nice breaking pitch by Rocco. Kicks that one to Rogers.
Rogers grounded out to the second baseman. 400 average.
A number down to first. Will it stay fair? It's right on the line, and it does. It's like a putt. Getting a lot of movement on that pitch. And you could tell, you watch the great pitchers, and they don't mind coming inside, Jim. And they're trying to really lock that swing up many times. And good pitch by Rocco there to get Rogers.
So let's see where he starts him off with a fastball. He started Guerin off. I think he threw 7 pitches to Guerin, and 5 of them were curveballs.
Both pitchers cruising right now. And Guerin, you mentioned last time, his first at bat today, took this one almost a yard. Took it off the base of the fence in center field. 3-0. But you've seen already Mounds View get the green light at 3-0 and take some cuts. That's what we have here with Guerin. No one on, 1 out for the Mounds View.
Mustangs, right there. Yep.
Got it. Bottom of the 3rd, Mounds View has a 2-1 lead. Put up the crooked number, the bottom of the 1st.
Guerin 6-7.
Good location. Excellent location.
So he hasn't thrown a curveball at all in this trip through. I wonder if he's going to try to drop one in here on this 3-2 count.
The delivery inside. Well, neither pitcher has walked a hitter, but they've hit 3 combined hitters now.
That pitch is really tough for a lefty because you don't see a lefty very often, and you think maybe it's a curveball, and then it ends up in your ribs with a fastball.
Got it now, and see what kind of a lead he gets. Just 1 out. 1 on. Both these teams taking some serious cuts. Looking at hardly any time. Hayden Spurbeck gets his 2nd look, his first time up.
Well, how important was it to get that cue shot by Drew Rogers, that unassisted by the first baseman?
Absolutely.
On that first, as they turn this lineup.
Spurbeck with an RBI, his first at bat. Sets up here is the junior. Ahead in the account again, a 2nd consecutive hitter. Now 3-0. As maybe have they picked up some sort of tip, some kind of tail, Jim, with Rocco. And first he hit the number 3 hitter and walks the number 4 hitter, Spurbeck. Bases 1st and 2nd here, and just 1 out. That'll bring up Heyman. Heyman torched that double to left field. A look there at a dinosaur.
Whatever works in a dugout, if you got to take your mascots with you. That must be for Rex.
That it is.
Yeah, so you were talking about, he really relied heavily on that curveball through that first time through the order. Now we haven't seen, as we flipped it over the second, we haven't seen many curveballs. And sometimes when you throw those fastballs again and again and again and you can't hit the strike, you just need to throw a curveball just to get your mind reset a little bit on mechanics and not think about it. So I wonder if we'll come out with a curveball right away on this next batter against Heyman.
Second trip to the mound in the first 3 innings here for the Rebels. The Rebels, winners of the Northwest Suburban Conference as well. In fact, one of the games I covered was when the Andover Huskies defeated the Rebels in a close one. In the dirt, runners advance, or into the turf, rather. Having trouble figuring out that release point or extension on that curveball. That was nowhere near. Or maybe trying to be too perfect, as he feels he has against Heyman. Heyman knocked in the second run.
That was a good pitch.
2-0. Again, the last 2 hitters. Rocco has gone down, gotten behind 3-0. 2-0 here, and this is a base hit over the shortstop's head. 1 run will score. They're going to bring the second run in behind. That's cut. Going to try to hold the runner at first. 3 RBIs already for Heyman. A beautiful double, and that was a promptly placed single just beyond the outstretched glove of the shortstop, Tharlson, for the Rebels. And 3 RBIs, 2 hits for Heyman already here, and we're in the bottom of the 3rd. And another crooked number goes up here for the Mustangs.
Yeah, talk about coming through. Boy, 2 nice, timely hits.
I-seam single this time. Finds its way past shortstop on the ground, and runners advance now first and second.
Well, that was a hit and run, and it pulled the shortstop out of the hole right there as he tried to cover it. Tharlson was just out of position because of the steal.
First and second, 1 out. Cunahan steps up. He flew to right field his first time up. Misses again, and that's been a problem here this inning for Rocco, just getting behind the hitters. The southpaw tries to look the runner back at second. Now brings in the heat, and high and in, misses on that to Cunahan. 2-0, and that's kind of been the pattern here this inning.
Now you can sit, you can look for what you want to hit.
Dead red on a fastball. See if that's the calibrate. It's like you said, Jim, just trying to get back to, hey, that right arm slot. A good feel. There's a timeout. Now we'll get back and play this. If Mounds View takes home the win here in this first game, they will advance to the state tournament. If the Rebels can come away with a win, they'll start up game 2 in about 30 minutes. After the last inning here in the fastball. Way off the mark. Time. Meanwhile, in the Metro North 2023 All-Stars roster, making that squad was Justin Brooks, as was also Rocco as well. Good looking pitch. Others from the Northwest Suburban Conference. Colin Anderson for the Huskies, making that as well. And then Lewis Hertling, another member, followed by Josh Novak as well. And Reagan Reeder. This one's lifted high. Is it going to be in play? A late jump in left field. I don't think he got a good look, but a nice play to close it up. Fantastic play.
Yeah, that was great.
Carlson, I believe.
Yeah, Nick Carlson.
Found that
long
one,
run.
and tracked it. It looked like he got a bad jump. Didn't see it right away, but that's a critical play because there's some juice on the base path.
Now batting number 4, the shortstop.
And that fly out
Conley.
puts it to 2 down. Conlon steps in, takes the first cut. If there's one thing you've seen is against left-handers, with the exception of Guerin, he's been opening up with a breaking pitch on that first pitch. There's a fastball, multi-hopper to second, and done. Finally, the Mustangs are retired, but not before they put up another crooked number, another deuce here in the bottom of the third, and with 3 complete, it's a 4-1 lead for the Mustangs.
Order number 59ers.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Attacks against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders are on the rise.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer. In terms of the hate crimes, I think there is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
Beautiful night for hardball here at Osseo High School. The first pitch swung on, base hit drilled to right field. Nice job of pouncing first hit, first pitch, and jumps on Simon's offering, and a laced by Zahalka for his first hit of the game.
Simon doesn't have enough speed to throw it that high up. Pitch was elevated, and Zahalka just turned on it.
Shorenstein steps up. He had a single his first time up and then was hit into a double play, but now out comes coach here for Mounds View. Wondering if they're going to make a pitching change or Simon felt something in that elbow or what. But just today, speaking of which, in Major League Baseball, when you got a chance to hear about the big contract the Texas Rangers inherited, and
and evaporated.
Torn UCL.
He will not be back until, what, 2025 is probably the guess, or late 2024?
Yeah, and kind of had been bothered by something in his arm the last couple of years. But there it is. They have a little quick conversation. Let's see what the Rebels can do here as Shorenstein steps in. Top half of the fourth, down by 3.
Joe, we got a final in section 4. Creighton 3, Eastridge 0, and they'll go to a second game.
That's impressive.
And
Creighton's had a heck of a season.
Well, Eastridge, Brian Sprout, the legendary St. Olaf Ole, leading that squad. They were ranked first at the beginning of the season, and Creighton kind of took them over. So that'll be a good game for the final for Section 4.
I was up at Stillwater and saw the last 2 innings of Stillwater knocking off Creighton earlier or late in May. There's a double play opportunity. No, they flipped it quick. It was a 4-6 attempt, but that'll be a fielder's choice for Shorenstein, but they do get the lead runner, Zahalka. So not interested in trying to get a bunt down. It probably seems like underserving right now as they need more runs, but key thing here is let's keep out of those double plays, and now Loven steps in. Loven hit into a double play his last time up. This one's hit back to first and gets a dubious second double play that he's hit into. Second consecutive one for Jack Loven. And the Rebels are retired after getting the leadoff hitter on again.
Really great play by Simon to get off the mound, make a strike right over to Conlon. And Conlon threw a laser right back over to Guerin. And yeah, second double play in 4 innings.
And that's always an impressive one when it goes to the pitcher, then to the short to flip that roll tide for the double play, because you have some time consumed and the player going down the turnpike. But it's 3 up, 3 down, essentially what just transpired there for the Rebels. As we go to the bottom of the 4th here, and again the Rebels will send a new pitcher to the mound here. They will bring out, this time it looks Ryan Overstar. Overstar takes over in the bottom of the 4th, and it was a tough afternoon / evening for Rocco, just having trouble locating pitches, and he fell behind on numerous occasions in that 3rd inning. In fact, he fell down. He was down 3-0 in many counts. So we'll look at the fans here enjoying this great environment.
So Overstar comes in. He's got 20 innings under his belt. He's got 2 starts. He's had 5 relief appearances. Comes in giving up 14 hits, 6 walks, 22 strikeouts. So good whip, good, an ERA of 0.1 or 1.05. So another one of the good ones for the Champlin Park Rebels comes out. So,
well, the Rebels, their season looked trying to get things on track, but then they kind of hit the switch after they picked up a win at River Falls and went on an 11-game win streak and held that all the way through the regular season, and then met up with Mounds and took a 2-1 loss rather in the section. So that's where we are today. Here's tough 2-1 loss in the section playoffs, and they've had to battle their way back through, the Rebels, and have to get to this opportunity. But now they find themselves down, Jim, by 3 runs here in the bottom of the 4th. Leadoff hitter for this inning steps in.
yeah, coming up to bat is Jack Glancy. Put down a nice bunt in that 2nd inning.
Yep, got the hands under the ball here. Fly out to right field, and Kaluza's there to retire Clancy. First out here, bottom of the 4th.
Well, I don't think anybody's going to be fooled that Rocco is not someone that throw. I mean, he's a thrower, not necessarily a pitcher. Even though he has great numbers, he's a great athlete. He's somebody that is a very good hitter, and he's been put out there. He's got a great fastball. Just couldn't locate it later on.
Holmby, the leadoff, flips the lineup and gets a single right up the middle at his first look of the evening.
Now here comes that dangerous part of that lineup again with Drew Rogers coming up with a runner on. Rebels have been fortunate with 2 kind of weakly hit ground balls by Rogers these first couple times, the first 2 at bats.
You mentioned Rogers came in hitting .426. That's adequate. That's
not too bad.
First pitch, say missed down low. In the on-deck circle is Guerin. You got to watch out for him. A double his first time up and hit by a pitch and scored both times. Well located fastball. A chance there for Overstar to try to maybe get ahead on the account here in this pitch. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Little high cheese that time from Overstar. I'd mentioned, and you'd mentioned as well, Jim, it's the Rebels have had their seasons and pickoff play over the first, very close. In 2022, they also had their season ended by Moundsview with a 15-5 loss. In 2019, it was a loss to Moundsview as well to end their season. Here's a hard hit ball beyond the reach of second. And the runner advances from first, mishandled in right field. The runner's going to score from first on a worm burner past second all the way to third. Will Rogers go, and that'll be a single and probably a two-base error is how Joe Rulin will rule that in his book.
I concur on that as well. That was
bottom of the fifth there, or bottom of the fourth rather. RBI, last two hitters have kind of really barreled up with some hard hit balls, and now it's a 5-1 lead.
That was a nice inside-out swing by Rogers, who just pushed it past the second baseman. And like you said, it had some steam. It rolled all the way to the fence, and like you said, misplayed just a little bit. We got a little wind blowing right now. We'll see if Guerin will.
Tacks and goes after that first pitch.
Well, he's got some wingspan with that.
Oh God,
that was about 18 inches outside.
Ahead in the count. Overstar here for the Rebels, who's deuced here, a ground ball. Play at home. It's got caught at third. A bad throw all the way. Hits the runner. And he'll score. That hit Rogers, who came down the line. Playing it well was the second baseman there for the Rebels. A nice play. Cut him down. Oxborough made a good throw home. And then he tried to beat it back to third.
Yeah, Beastman was in there courtesy running, and you know, it started. They had a little bit. I'm guessing they had the contact play on. He didn't get very far. Great play by the second baseman, Oxborough. And you know, as a catcher, you just got to take one step one way or the other to get it there.
Another base hit here, tagged by Sperber. Nice. Connect runners at first and third. And the one thing that kind of went unsaid before that last single by Spurbeck, Guerin reached base again. His third consecutive at bat where he has reached the base. He got on with that fielder's choice, but now he's in a chance to score. And that would be his third time scoring today if he can cross the plate here. Runners at first and third, one out, bottom of the fourth.
Now they can run on Moundsview can run on Ogermuller. He's got a little bit of a slow delivery. He's about 1 or 2 tenths slower than average.
This is down. Meanwhile, Heyman already 2 for 2 and 3 RBIs this evening for the Mustangs.
He can lock up probably a top 3.
Runner taken off and no throw down. Spurbeck that time got the jump. Advances, so now runners at second and third. A single could potentially bring in 2 more. And all the Mustangs have been able to do is produce crooked numbers in 3 of the 4 innings here already. Good little bender that time on the pitch for the Rebels.
It's a 3-1 count, and he threw a 3-0 count, and he threw a curveball. That's interesting. That's something to look at.
That one didn't get the bend he was looking for. Missed inside. Good disciplined hitting, really, for Heyman, because most people would just swing at it. He's 3 for 3 in terms of on-base percentage here tonight as Heyman with 3 RBIs, and that'll bring up then.
Oh, that'll be a balk. He tripped on the rubber. as he came off.
Well, the big fella, 6'7".
Catcher's got to get out there.
Again.
Good. The catcher's going out there. Zahalka's going out there. You just got to get him to breathe. Right now, it's been a tough inning. There's 4 runs in. You feel like you're letting down your team.
And hey, the Rebels been playing some great ball. In fact, they came back, knocked off Spring Lake Park 12-0 on Monday, and meanwhile, Mounds View's had
just
close to 5-6 days. Yeah, there it was.
It just tripped on the rubber. It was.
Suicide squeeze was on, and the go was ready to execute, and Spurbeck will head back to third on a foul ball. At least you get something, because you got to get at least some part of that bat on the ball during that suicide squeeze. 4 runs already here in this inning. Bottom half of the 4th.
Yeah, really nobody attacking from the Rebels. There was really no movement on the corners either.
Fastball up high, but swung on and knocked out of play. Samuel will get another look here. Reached on a single his last time up. First time up was 4-3, foul ball. So set here with an 0-2 count out in front.
Coach Anderson from Mounds View, aggressive. You got a 7-run lead. You've got kind of a chance to put that dagger in. Puts down a suicide bunt.
Yeah, it's kind of been amazing as Overstar gets set and really, I look for that leadership from a catcher, because the manager cannot go out there all the time or it counts as a visit, but just trying to settle. As I mentioned, it's 2022, 2021, 2019, 2018. Those years represent. Holds off on that high fastball. But those years represent the times that Mounds View has knocked off Champlin Park and ended their season.
Well, this is a strong section. You think about it, you've got Maple Grove, Champlin Park, Mounds View. All 3 really, I would say top 15 to top 10 programs in the state.
I'm impressed, though, with Mounds View, and I know he's head coach Anderson has a connection to Brian Robbie, who you and I have known for quite a while. Disciplined hitters. This curveball just beyond the reach and over the dugout of the Rebels. Lived to play another pitch. But even the one that was taken by Heyman, he could have tried to run up those RBIs. Wasn't his pitch.
Yeah.
Watched it, and you're seeing the same here at this at bat as well from Sen. Disciplined at bats. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. A breaking pitch off the plate.
Wow, Ben is having a good at bat here. He is just patiently walking. He's seen, I'm guessing, probably 8 or 9 pitches right now. Now he's seen everything.
Fastball, great location.
Took a little bit off.
You know what? He had to swing at that because it was too close to not swing. But the location was perfect for Overstar and gets the strikeout. 2 outs. Runners at second and third. Conley steps in, or excuse me,
Coulihan steps in, and he's 0 for 2 so far. 2 flyouts to the outfield, left field and right.
Up and in that time, and behind in the count. Overstar with 2-0. Again, 2 runners on, 2 outs. Not his pitch, not the one he was looking for anyway, but it was a strike. 2-1 and a chance to add to their 4-run inning here. Mounds View swung on, missed.
If he was looking for a fastball or what, but that one fooled him. And good job by Overmiller.
Deuces across. Misses outside. It did miss outside from this angle.
It did. It was looked also like it might have been a little bit high.
Well, the count has been extended. Full count. With his 2 outs, runners at second and third. Popped up, came inside. Looked like a fastball, perhaps, that kind of tailed in on the hands.
He's got good movement on his fastball. Looks like he's got kind of a slider and a curve, or at least a cutter.
Steps off, regroups. Doesn't want to trip on that mound again. So that's just.
Well, this is a artificial turf mound, which is, you don't pitch on those very often.
Fouled in, extends the at bat here.
That was a great location on that curveball. That one dove right past.
Yep, Cunahan just got the end of the bat on that. You're right. We have such a great location. I may sleep here tonight. If security's okay with that.
I think they are.
Fastball puts it by him, and strikeout 2 of this inning for Champlin Park, and the pitcher Ryan Overstar, who took over the start of this inning for the Rebels. Well, they push another crooked number across. 4 here in the bottom of the 4th. It's now an 8-1 lead for the Mustangs. Will return.
One of the deadliest mass shootings in U.S. history at Post nightclub in Orlando.
Walking into the building for the first time after the shooting, it was crippling, but it had to be preserved. If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart. It is the power of love in its rawest form.
The death of George Floyd, who died in police custody Monday night.
Turning my pain into purpose is pretty much what I have done to start this foundation. It's going to take more than just us, as a foundation. It's going to take the community, the world, to help us make a change, because it just can't be us.
Looks like we happen to have some viewers from atop the roof across the way. Now we've got them looking for a game ball maybe up there.
Yeah. How do we get them to pay? I think
they're signaling pitches.
You think that
I think they picked up on a tell, and that's a great view. I hadn't noticed it. Wait, this is Jim. After such a brutal winter, such a fabulous night weather-wise. Ground ball to third, cuts off, makes the play in time. Rebels leadoff hitter Oxborough that time retired. As we start off the top of the 5th, they got to get some juice going down by a score of 8-1.
Sparebeck with a nice play. Exactly how you want it. If the third baseman can get it, you take it because your momentum's going to first base. Well played.
Sparebeck had a tough inning, the inning in which the Rebels were able to put up a run on a couple of balls that went his direction. I couldn't tell if they actually called that first one an error or not. The second one hit them that inning was, in fact, an error. Up high and in, the Rebels trying to get something going any way they can here as Joe Tharlson steps in the shortstop. He singled at his lone at bat. Simon right now just cruising, effortless on the mound. As you mentioned, doesn't throw a lot of heat, but he's around the plate, Jim.
Yeah, he certainly is. There's a good pitch right there. Boy, that just painted that outside corner. His fastball's got a little tail to it. It kind of comes back in about 4 or 5 inches.
Left that up high. I don't know if he meant to do that.
Joe, check your scorebook for in inning number 4. How many did they score?
There's a ball hit to the gap on the run, but making it catch in center field. The Mustangs on a fantastic play.
Parker Holmbo with a great route, got a good jump on it, and made a really hard play look pretty easy. He covered a lot of territory, able to catch that before that went into it. It's a second.
I had 4 in that inning. Did you have something else?
I thought I have 3. But
we'll take a look.
there are times that I start to talk and forget to put down some stuff, so you never know.
A well-hit ball center field. Nice play. This one to short. Eats up the shortstop on too many hops that time. Johnny Conlon unable to come up clean with that one.
Now batting, number 17, number 30,
Carlson had a nice sacrifice to move up both runners last time. Really kind of set the Rebels up to be able to get a score. That one darts inside.
Well, the pregame notes we had was getting those key hits with 2 outs.
Yep.
Unable to do so this far anyway. Ground ball, icing single, no, gets to that short Conlon, but unable to come up with the throw. Good look there.
Yeah, that's a single, and really, now you got a chance. You got Mueller coming back up again. Had a sacrifice fly. Basically drove it right to the base of the fence last time.
So back-to-back hitters advance the base. Carlson with a nice single that time up, and Brooks on with the air. Setting up Oleg Mueller. Base hit. Will it find its way through? No, off the handle, forced out at second. And that had a lot of spin. At first looked like it was going to easily get through from our angle, but off the handle, didn't get the juice he wanted on that swing, did Oleg Mueller, and he's retired on the fielder's choice as the shortstop hands it off to second on the toss. And we are now at the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, they actually moved the score down to 7-1. I had only 3.
Well, my days as an accountant are behind me. Jim, you need an accountant?
now on to pitch number 1, Drew Kaluza.
Kaluza comes in, rotating it, trying to keep things at 1. Or just trying to keep it within range here. 6-run deficit, 7-1. So I was explaining to Jim they had scored just 3 runs that last inning, but for some reason they were given 4. As the sun begins to set, you're starting to see the smoke coming in again from Canada. As the officials still having the discussion on their own.
Yeah, I think the home scorebook is the one that should be correct. Mounds View is home. We'll have to see what comes of it, but it is 7-1. That's what I mean. I had 3 runs.
Well, they'll start off this inning just the same here with the number 8 hitter, Johnny Conlon. Conlon at short. Was hit by a pitch in his first at bat and then grounded to second in the 3rd. This is the bottom of the 5th, 7-1. Now they're double checking.
So let's take a look at Olga Mueller's pitching so far this.
Or Kaluza, rather.
Or Kaluza, yes, Kaluza, I'm sorry. So he comes in with a
Now batting, number 4,
He's pitched 5.2 innings. Not a ton of innings, but he's got 8 strikeouts in those 5.2 innings.
Well, they probably want to bring maybe just a little different velo, maybe a different little release point as well. Overstar gave up the 3, including the balk, which led to that 3rd run, but they could have done much more damage, but he struck out the last 2 hitters to diffuse an inning that could have been much more painful for the Rebels, the #1 seed in Section 5A. They trail here 7-1 for the 5th. Nice little squeeze. That was a nice spinner.
He's got a nice little back door. I've seen a lot of that from the Rebels where they just sneak it in right on the outside part of the plate. Let's see if a fastball.
Conley.
Nice job.
0 for 3 now on the night. His first strikeout. That's just the 2nd Mounds View player to strike out here this evening. And the first for Kaluza. That ball's got a little get up and go.
Yes, it certainly does. And he's got a little movement on it.
Glancy.
Keep it down.
You got it. Glancy sees a fastball that goes wide. Jack Glancy, a senior. Excuse me.
Oh,
nice.
nice.
Freshman. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Moundsview looking to punch their dance ticket and head to the state tournament. Here's a dribbler, gets by. Kaluza at first, unable to come up with the throw as that ball took a slow roll after it got by the pitcher Kaluza.
Yeah, you know, it's
second plane a little deep.
That is one of those that, you know, it just found the right spot, and that's a base hit.
Looking around here, and also in the Northwest Suburban Conference, you've got Elk River looking to play their way into the state tournament also in the section finals.
Yeah, Bemidji, and they're out in Section 8. Bemidji, solid squad. They were a top 10, ranked in the top 10 late in the season.
Pitch that comes in on the hands of Holmby. Holmby has a hit, a run on the evening. 8 hits, 7 runs for Moundsview. There's a breaking pitch that handcuffed the catcher. Runner gets 1. He had the second, thinks about third. Tough ball to come up with that time for Zahalka as that breaking pitch came off of that turf and just kind of ran up a sleeve. They'll call a timeout here and kind of reset. Maybe mess up in terms of what he thought the pitch was coming.
Yeah, that might be, because, you know, Zahalka, we've seen him. He really didn't try to block that ball. That one just kind of dove down there, and Zahalka's a good catcher. So, or they may be clarifying with the second base runner right now what sequence they're going to use. That's my guess.
Up by 6. We are at the the bottom half of the 5th. The Mustangs draw a walk here, the leadoff hitter, but now it goes from bad to worse because, boy, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Moundsview have been absolutely filthy. Oh, they've been stinging the ball. It puts runners at first and second and 1 out for Moundsview.
I don't think you're going to see a bunt on this one.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
You got a 470 hitter up there. Last time he hit a single at just about,
This one hit the center, still going back to the track. Corralled there, and a long throw in from center field will advance the runners to second and third now for Moundsview. Just missed that pitch.
You know, really a heads-up play for both runners to tag and give Guerin the chance to drive in a couple more runs.
Guerin has been trending in all 3 of his appearances. He got a double, reached on a fielder's choice his last time up and was hit by a pitch his second time up. But the underlying common denominator, he has scored all 3 times.
An interesting conversation before.
Number the first, he says it hit off a dead ball, will reset. Guerin said it hit off his foot. The official concurred. Umpire made that. And now they're going to have a discussion about it. You said you were having a discussion with...
Drew Rogers came back and had a discussion with Guerin right at home plate before he came back in, and it was one of those, hey, look for this with Kaluza out there. So we'll see if Guerin can barrel one up.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. 2 runners on. Here we get a look at this foul ball.
Yeah, one right off his foot.
I think they asked the guys on the roof if they could get a ruling as well. They concurred it was a foul ball.
He went.
Check swing there, good pitch. That time a breaking pitch trying to hit that back foot of the left-handed hitter, Guerin.
The umpire made it a emphatic swing call and knocked his face mask off.
Joe rolling along with Jim Giles. Good to get reacquainted again with Jim, as he's been busy doing some coaching and baseball for the spring and active as a ground ball here. Yes. 1 run is in. 2nd run also scores. 2 RBIs for Guerin, and Guerin just kept his way. He's 2 for 3 on the night. Couple of RBIs from that single, but let's see if he can come up and score for his 4th time tonight. Big hit. 9-1 lead now for Moundsview. And we had mentioned, hey, saw that pitch. He got that curveball one more time and kept his hands back on it. Got the RBIs and the single. 1 lead, but I was going to say, what a cold spring to start the season.
It was,
as a coach, it had to be difficult to try to find games, but also getting the kids to want to play in those cold weather.
Well, it's when it's snowing and it's raining, you're indoors a lot, and you gain some appreciation for the nice weather, and when you get a chance to be outside, you take it.
Good
nice
spinner
pitch.
that time.
Good pitch.
Hayden Spurbeck, the 3rd baseman for Moundsview, steps in here.
Had a good day. He's been on base all 3 times. 1 hit, 1 for 2.
Beautiful location.
Yep.
Just a tight spinner that time on the outside part. Probably looking fastball. And seeing you only had the 1 strike, I'd probably take that one as well because you weren't ready for that. Let's see if he comes back with it here. Came down the middle of the plate with it, just short in time. Harrelson makes that play, and the Rebels put down Moundsview, but Moundsview puts up another crooked number. That 9-1 lead here after 5 complete. It's Moundsview, 9-1.
But I started forgetting my lectures. Eventually, he had to quit. My therapist recommended we go to the doctor. The early Alzheimer's diagnosis allowed us to take control of the situation. He's been such a positive force and so loving. Thank you. You're welcome.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
at the playing field and the facility here in Osseo High School, home of Memorial Field. The site for this section championship. The winner advances to the state tournament. If Moundsview advances to the state tournament, if they win, they go to the state tournament. If the Rebels win, we play a second game about 30 minutes following the end of this first one. It's a 9-1 lead. Rocco leads off here.
And we got a new pitcher in there, Joe, Andrew Getty. He's got 13 innings under his belt, 17 strikeouts, and good ERA of 1.1.
Out ahead on Rocco right now, 0-2. Rocco with a single his first time up, and then pop out. Oh, tried to go backdoor breaking pitch.
Well, he looks like he has a plan up there. He's dictating. He's getting ready and
swung on and missed the strikeout. Good pitching. Explosive breaking ball. And Rocco was retired on the strikeout. And the first out of the top half of the sixth. There's just 5 more chances here for the Rebels. And Zach Zahalka steps in, a .286 hitter.
1 for 2 today. I tell you what, Getty is just not wasting any time at all. He is going right after him.
Hard ground ball, I-seen single, another knock here for Zahalka, who tries to ignite and get the mojo going here for the Rebels. Rebels came into this matchup 18-5 and winners of the Northwest Suburban Conference. They'll get a runner here for Zahalka. Catcher will strap on his gear. The Rebels 1 run, 5 hits, and have committed 3 errors.
Sandell in the run.
First pitch looks like it could be 2. Decides to pitch the short. Over in time. Double play. Third double play turned this evening for the Mustangs, and thus the Rebels are retired here in the top half of the sixth.
Well, like you said, second, and just really no hesitation. Great job by the 2 middle infielders, Heyman and Conlon. Both have had just great games as far as their hands and able to get through. So,
well, they pounced on that first pitch, Schornstein that time, and induced that double play.
Yeah, well, they've got pitch count was not an issue for Simon. They just wanted to get Getty in, who's got some giddy up and go, as you mentioned.
He does, and good time to make that change, and still for the record trying to pick up the win. Simon already leads the team in wins. If they can hold on, he'll pick up, move his mark to 6-1, I believe, Jim. And look up at the broadcast schedule here coming up. Girls Lacrosse Section Championship. Champlin Park is going to be taking on Centennial. That last time those two teams met in Champlin Park, so physical.
Was it?
A lot of physicals. A few yellow cards and then even a couple of red cards. Wow, that was physical. So it'll be an interesting matchup for the championship. Centennial, oh, by the way, knocked off a tough Andover team who was hosting them. Meanwhile, you got the Father Hennepin Parade coming up on 6/9, and then Legion Baseball, Maple Grove at Champlin Park. Coming to a theater near you, and Metro Mini Baseball. Anoka taking on the Champlin Park Low Gators. The Low Gators finished up, I believe, second in the state in amateur ball last year.
In a long extra inning affair in Class B.
Back on the mound again. Seeing the same pitcher, Kaluza. For the bottom half of the sixth, this could potentially be the last fielding inning for the Rebels if they cannot put together 8 runs. First pitch Or perhaps Mounds View puts up 2.
The foul ball goes into the dugout, scatters everyone. Colin Bernard, an old Andover Husky, I don't mean old, 2017, called that an ugly finder.
There you go. Breaking pitch, nice.
Boy,
He's got a great-looking
yeah,
spinner.
He does, and he backs it up. He's got some good speed and movement on that fastball.
Heyman trying to provide some of that feedback, Tanner Heyman, to the next hitter coming up. And an impressive strikeout there. Stepping in is Then. Goes after the first pitch. And I have yet to see a foul ball hit the QCTV truck this season. There, I just put it out there. All right.
I think it's an average of 3. I think if that, the number of years you and I have done it, I think 3 is the average.
And I'm beginning to think is it the smoke from the grill or from Canada?
Well, I tell you what, if they're burning burgers up there, they're doing a nice job.
Oh, I am going to grab one as soon as this is on. Yep. Fastball, dead red, good location.
Absolutely, yep. Nice.
And that was a great case where you see Then was kind of leaning over the plate. He brings a fastball. It was more down the middle, maybe towards the inside. That kind of push him back a little bit. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kaluza on the mound for the Rebels. They trail by 8, bottom of the 6th. There's a breaking pitch that missed inside.
So the knees wobble a little bit on Then. See if he comes back with a fastball on the inside. Ooh. Hit the bull.
That was a hit the mascot.
Yep.
We've had a couple of those come our way. Rocco had one, and for some reason then he winked at me after. How about this one? Looks in, and you can see it. Whammy.
Now you drop the curveball. Same. There it is.
Outside part, swung on and missed. 2 strikeouts in this inning already for Kaluza. As it brings to bat the number 7 hitter, Kieran Hand. Kieran Hand at 0-4 this evening. Then the last hitter had a single. He's now 1 for 4 on the night. Meanwhile, Kieran Hand looking for that first hit. Kaluza loving that breaking pitch. He's behind in the count here, 2-0. High cheese that time. Kieran Hand looking at a 3-0 count. See if they give him a green light with an 8-run lead. Bottom of the 6th.
And my conversation with Nick Anderson at the head coach for the Mounds View Mustangs. What an energetic guy, understands baseball. I've watching him, and he's just all over it. Engaged with his team, engaged with the umpires, and good baseball guy.
Conlon steps in. Another ball up top. Conlon. A strikeout. His first at bat, he was hit by a pitch. Second at bat was a fly out to second. Also looking for his first knock tonight. Runner on first. 2 outs. It's the bottom of the 6th. Mounds View. Moments away, perhaps, here from advancing to the 2023 state tournament. Nice pitch. Whoa. That looked a little in and down. I think he thought perhaps the hitter was just going to swing, but that ball, well pitched ball.
Yes.
1-2 now. That count on Conley. Spinner.
There you go.
Caught looking, a punch out. Struck out the side, did Kaluza of the Mustangs. As we now go to the top of the 7th, but the bottom of the 6th is in the books. It's a 9-1 lead for Mounds View. They're 3 outs away from advancing to the state tournament.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right seat.
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive,
ZWX.
you're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
For the 7th. They get a look here at Champlin Park, looking to stay alive any way they can get anyone on base. The Rebels, an outstanding season, winners of the Northwest Suburban Conference, a mark of 18-5, are 3 outs from being eliminated and having their season come to an end again against this Mounds squad, which has had their number since 2017. 9-1 lead here for Mounds and a couple of pitches, nice looking breaking pitch that time.
Well, Garen's in 3 1/3 innings, 6 strikeouts, no runs. Another nice little putter.
Pinch inning that time. And the Rebels leadoff hitter here for the top half of the 7th retired.
Now batting the pinch hitter, number 14, Ben Holtz.
So Elk River did lose today.
Oh, they did lose today.
Yeah, they lost to Rogers 3-1 in the elimination game.
Base hit. This could be the gap. It is. It's going to run. Getting some juice and starting off a nice at bat after a strikeout. First-hand hitter, nice drive, and number 14 getting some at bats here also.
Rosemont over Eastview. Rosemont will be going to the championship, or going to the state tournament.
The shortstop, Joe Arles.
Carlson steps in. Runner at second. Tharlson steps in. And number 9 hitter, Tharlson, not a bad night.
That was Ben Poulis with the double.
Thank you, Jim. Was doing a pinch hit there for Oxborough.
Whew. That was a... It's 9-1 and people are complaining about 1 strike. I get it. I get it.
2 balls,
keep the season going.
There's a fastball laced up the middle. That's going to score a run. Getting a chance to not only get in a pinch hit, get the double, but he also gets the run scored for number 14 Poole. And a nice base hit. Another hit tonight here for Tharlson, and he picks up an RBI.
Yeah, he's had a nice night tonight.
9-2 now as they chip away and they flip the lineup over to Brooks. I can guarantee you one thing is Rocco certainly doesn't want his last at bat to be a home run. This one's hit deep in the hole, faking the throw to see if he can draw the runner, Tharlson, to go to third, but he holds there. And that will be a single for Brooks. Brooks, a couple points into the season, at least when they were playing Andover, he's hitting close to 600 at that point.
You know, stranger things have happened. It's 9-2 right now. Sometimes, you know, you think the game is won and you still have outs to get. And possibility for Champlin to just kind of keep chipping away.
Coach Ryan Tome having a little chat with the hitter Carlson. Tries to get him a little mojo going. Fastball dots the outside part of the plate. Strike one. Guerin, the third pitcher tonight here for Moundsview. Another fastball called a strike. They started tonight. Simon went 5 and gave up just the 1. He's the winner of record, at least right now, to pick up the win for Moundsview. Then they came in. Some different pitchers that won here in the 6th, and then finally now with Guerin here in the 7th. But right now, the Rebels are liking that pitching change. They pick up a couple of hits, 1 run, runners on first and second, fouled back this time by Carlson. And as I mentioned, you got to think Rocco struck out his last time up. There's no way he wants a last at bat in a Rebels uniform to be that of a strikeout. He's got that mindset. He's always willing to try to tie this game up. 1-2 count, 1 out.
Yeah, right now you just want that additional at bat. You just want to make sure that you get a chance to end on a good note, if that is the end, or at least keep pushing forward.
Just off the plate. That was
a ball.
Well inside the line of the batter's box, of the left-handed batter's box. 2-2. Delivery here. And
tell you what, that is just a good pitch. It is down around the knees on the outside part of the plate. Very difficult to hit, especially as that ball kind of comes back over the side of the plate.
And the Rebels down to their last out here. They trail 9-2 with runners at first and second. The number 3 hitter, Oleg Mueller, steps in, the first baseman.
Student section's on their feet.
This one hit to third, beyond the reach. It's an icing single. They're going to hold because guess who's coming up? Rocco with the bases juiced.
Yeah, there's no chances you can take right now.
An icing single, nice base hit there for Oleg Mueller. And now here comes Rocco. Like to avenge the strikeout at the previous at bat. The one player who can take this into the next county.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just about getting on base right now. Just keep that wheel turning.
Bases juiced. 2 outs. Rebels looking to keep this season alive. And a fastball with some velo way outside. 2-0 the lead here on the account here with Rocco.
If you walk him, you walk in a run, but you're not necessarily hurting yourself.
This one off the handle, a little flare, gonna get there? No, unable to track it down. The third baseman, Spurbeck. 2-1 the count. And the winds, oh, they are changing. Was that the momentum coming in?
That's it right there. Here comes
the delivery. Ooh, just off the inside part. 3-1. What many call the hitter's count, but I would guess that every pitch is a hitter's count. Walking in the run here is Guerin.
You know, that's for a senior to get out there and take a walk, and it's pretty impressive. That's discipline out there.
RBI also for Rocco on that walk. They're going to go out and have a chat with Guerin and see how he's doing. It's now a 9-3 deficit as the Rebels started this inning down 9-1. If they can come back with these 2 outs and still the bases juiced, they would live to play another game tonight. If Moundsview can get this last out, they'll find their way into the state tournament for 2023. and represent Class 5A. And Jim, you had said Elk River lost.
So Rogers moves to the up to the championship.
First swing, Griffin and Ripon Zahalka. Zahalka's had a few knocks tonight. Now's a good time for another blistering fastball. Just on the outside part of the plate. Again, we got to give a call out too for the Anoka Tornadoes. Their impressive season as they will represent Section 7 4A in the state tournament. It was their win over Centennial. And they faced Centennial's big horse yesterday. Fastball called a strike. On the pitch to Zahalka. Down to their last strike, the Rebels, and their last out.
I think they said, pitching coach said, throw fastballs.
High cheese, swing on and miss, and the Rebels go down to defeat 9-3. Meanwhile, you can see the celebration. Congratulations, because this 9-3 win for Mounds represents the fact that they will represent Section 5 4A in the 2023 state tournament. Great outing, great end of the season here for Mounds.
Yeah, really, it's a solid team. They're going to be a tough out. You know, they come from that suburban East Conference, which has just, Creighton. It's got Eastridge. It's just a very, very good conference. But what a great season for the Rebels. They ended up 18-6. Just an outstanding job by Coach Tome and his staff and the Rebels. We'll see them back here again. They've got some strong youth programs coming up.
That they have an impressive season. I'm sure they wanted to cap it by making it to the state tournament, but again, they represented the Northwest Suburban Conference while winning it, but also a strong season for the Rebels, but disappointing tonight as this loss, 9-3 to Moundsview, will allow the Mustangs to advance to the 2023 state tournament. Hey, great section play coming your way. Thanks to everyone involved, all the camera work, Taylor and Ryan in the truck and the whole staff, and of course thanks to those two guys for entertaining us as well. I'm Joe Rulin along with Jim Childs. Jim, great to work with you again.
Absolutely. Thanks, Joe.
Have a major league evening at a minor league price.